Hey guys, so I wanted to talk a little bit today about how, we go through this part of our lives when we have an awakening where we kind of become a recluse and we move away from the world and we have a lot of time to ourselves and in solitude. And this is so important and so needed. However, what I wanted to highlight is the importance of then moving back into the world. And, before I experienced this myself, I don't even know if I would have even thought that it needed to be a thing. We become aware of the people that we sort of get along with, and, a soul family can sort of present, whether it's online or in person. And we can start to realize that there's those around us that we resonate with and those that we don't. But when we get to this certain point, the universal spirit, whatever you want to call it, can be drawing us back into the world. And this is a really, really important step. However, it can be met with a lot of fear and resistance. And this is because while we have been in this secluded solitude hermit mode, we can have developed quite an understanding about energies, the empathic nature, our gifts, and it can become, the thought of it can even become quite overwhelming, sort of melding back into this world. And with the awareness of how the world is and the state that it's in, can prove itself to be seemingly overwhelming to even want to go back into it. Like, why can't I just stay with the people that I know and love? Why can't I just hang out here on my own? And all of that is fine. All of that is perfect. However, there is only so far, I believe, that we can go when we are in that state and when we are technically separate from the world around us. And what I've realized is that, the knowledge that we are everything and everyone, it has so many levels, just like everything else. And it's like, yes, I understand that I'm everything and everyone, but a different level of awareness has come into my field lately, in that every single person I meet, no matter who they are as a person, is actually a part of me. And these parts all exist within me. However, they might not be as prominent within me as they are in others. However, being able to see people, no matter who they are or how they act or what they're doing, as a part that exists within us that perhaps isn't so prominent, enables us to treat people a little bit differently. And in doing that, we have a deeper level of acceptance for those people who perhaps don't agree with what we agree with, thought wise, or they have different views on the world, or they act differently, or whatever it is. And ultimately, this all comes down to judgment. And so within us, we have formed an opinion that a certain type of person is to be valued and appreciated, and another type of person isn't. And I'm sure you can see where I'm sort of going here with the result of this is a form of separation. And this is why it's so important that we don't do this until we're ready. But in saying that, we often aren't ready. We don't know that we're ready until we just bloody do it. And how that started for me was actually going to a memoir writing group, because I am writing a book about my life. And what it actually did was put me in a room with people that I never would have been in a room with before, that had very different views, very different beliefs, very different upbringing, different ages. It was basically like, a bit of everything all in one place. And the awareness for me was phenomenal, because now I could see myself, and I could also see others who weren't like me, the people that I wasn't surrounding myself in, but I had a connection with them in the writing space. So that was actually my connection and my ability to step further into this world, further into the community, really. And within this, something happened. I started to have a deeper level of respect, honor, acceptance, appreciation, and love for those people who were nothing like me, who didn't believe what I believed, who didn't align with the same views, same values, but had one thing in common, which had happened to be writing. And that's when I was at the group. However, what happened after that was that was able to expand so much more, because then I started to see people in everyday life, anywhere I went, as having this connection. I saw them as parts of me. And it allowed me to remove so much judgment on who I surround myself with and what I think about people, and what I think about how people are and how I believe people should be. And something phenomenal just kept happening. It kept expanding, and I got a job in retail, and that was like, you're then surrounded by so many people. I'm talking after like 3 years of just having no one, like I only talk to spiritual people, to now having customers in a shop that there's no regulation or restriction to who comes in. And it's a very wide age bracket that the shop carries in clothes. So there was a huge age bracket there. There's so many different energies. You can't pick and choose who you want to come in. But what you can do is treat each and every person as equal. And that was huge for me. And what actually ended up happening in this journey, not so much just at the shop, but in the journey of being able to put myself in these places where I had avoided, was that I started to have experiences that I never knew that I would. And they were often with people that before I never would have spoken to. But each and every person has a significance to us. They have something to show us, something to teach us, something to be experienced, something to learn. And it's actually a phenomenal way, and a way that cannot be done on our own, to expand further into the outside world. And what it's shown me and taught me is that, you hear about the sages, going up to the mountains, sitting in the Himalayas. Obviously we can't do that, right? So we're in this world, and it's not an accident. But when we're not actually in the world, as in we're avoiding all experiences, people, situations, anything that doesn't so-called align with us, we're not actually experiencing the world. We are experiencing a very small portion of something that won't upset us, that won't challenge us, that won't push us into growth. Because it's actually the discomfort where you learn. And it's the uncomfortable feeling and experiences, and I'm not saying throw yourself into the fire, but it's facing that which enables us to see there's parts of us that the judgment that we have on these people or these situations or these experiences don't exist. It's a way that the universe can show you the totality of what you are, because anything you're avoiding is avoiding you. It's actually quite incredible. And, baby steps, of course, and always follow your heart's guidance. Follow your heart. If it says to go somewhere where you don't normally go, or it says to talk to someone that you don't normally talk to, do it. Find people, find a common ground where you can surround yourself in people who don't so-called align with you. And just experience what it is to really be able to see a person for who they are and love and appreciate them in that. Because there is so much growth, there is so much healing. And I tell you, it's something else. We can stay in our comfort zone. We can meditate at home, we can hang out, we can order shopping online. We can work from home. But when you go out and you surround yourself with people who you never would have normally seen, who you never would have normally spoken to, who you would have thought that you wouldn't have gotten along with, and you can accept them, speak to them, and love them for exactly who they are, because that's all any of us need. Okay, see ya.